Well, hey Libra, happy birthday month to you. It is Cardinal Signs weekend, and that means you, and I'm going to start with you. We're going to do a reading about a relationship in your life. We're going to start with the Guardian of the Night. Pull one card and look at what's underlying here. Well, there looks to be some kind of completion of a major cycle here in your relationships. The reason I'm looking at relationships is when we enter Libra, and the sun being in Libra now, we leave the part of the zodiac that is about ourselves and we enter into the realm of relationships. We had that beautiful new moon in Libra, and there was a reading about soulmate connections there. And so, but specifically for you, Libra, we see some kind of ending the world. It's a major cycle. This is major arcana. So it doesn't mean a relationship is necessarily ending, but it does mean, let's try to straighten this out here a little. It does mean something has been completed. On the bottom of the deck, we have one card. It is a card of action and communication, an 8 of Wands. And this here, this appears in the card of judgment as well. It's kind of like this snake transformation energy. It's a really powerful pair of images we have here. Both solitary figures. This one is, we think of the 8 of Wands as being about communication. So there may be something that you need to communicate or take action on. And with that snaky electric imagery here, it's making me think of judgment as well. The bird makes me think of judgment too. It flying up. Yeah, I feel like there's some kind of transformation that is due here, underlying this. We'll find out. So I'm going to use the Muse Tarot here, which I was thinking with the way that Justice is your card, that this deck has a lot of kind of mirroring, equality kind of imagery. So I think it might be a nice deck for Libras. Sorry, I feel like I'm a little quiet. Just kind of jumped into these readings here. But I am with you, and hopefully I don't need to shout for you to hear me. Just try to speak clearly. We're going to ask questions about a relationship. So the first thing we're going to ask about this relationship, and we'll find out what the world and the 8 of Wands have to do with that, is who is this with? And so let's see. Who is this with? Ooh, the Lovers. Well, Libra, this is with somebody that you connect with on all levels. There's a feeling of a being that you have chosen. The Lovers is not only that intense connection on the mind, body, spirit, and heart. It is a decision, because when you have that connection offered to you, you have to choose it, and many won't. Sometimes this comes in as a fraught relationship, but this is your soulmate connection that came up in the new moon reading is right here. What is the nature of this relationship? There is a little twin flame energy here with the Devil showing up. I know twin flames are ideals out there, but they often are talked about as bringing up all these insecurities. So it's like you met your person, and then it's bringing up all the messaging inside of you that says you're not good enough, or your tendency to be obsessive and addictive and self-sabotaging. Such an interesting image so we can see here in this burning area. We see the two women dancing. We see this fiery butterfly. And then if you look down at this figure, she also has butterfly wings. Yeah, and you see what I mean about this deck? Like it has all of the pairings. We will keep looking. We will clarify. But this is a very significant relationship. The world told us that from the get-go. It's a very significant relationship with a person that is this soulmate. The Lovers and the Devil are in the traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite-Smith, very similar images. In one you would have, and you can see that here, in the angel, Archangel Michael often, and then the two beings who are the lovers, looking up towards that divine support. And there's a rising to the highest love that comes with the lovers, sublimation of the lower, baser desires. And then in the Devil, you'll see the devil figure, and then the two people are chained, but very loosely. So I like how the tarot gives you a sense of that being chained and restricted the problem is in your mind. So they're mirror images of one another. So let's see what we can do about this as we go along. You want to know what you bring to this. Wow, the Queen of Inspiration. You bring this gorgeous, sexy energy to this relationship. Queen of Wands is the queen of the law of manifestation. There is her cat. She's a beautiful, very attractive person. So that's not at all like that devil energy here. Let's keep looking. What do you have to learn? Ooh, the 10 of Voices. This is the mind. This is an ending of a frame of mind, a paradigm. It's also a painful ending, as you can see. Something is over. It's been stabbed 10 times. This is what you have to learn. She dances in this very gracefully. So there is something ending here, Libra, and it's with a person who is very much your soulmate, and it seems to have to do with the devil, which is it's coming in for me as like addiction. In your relationship, there's something. It seems like it's an unhealthy relationship, even though it's this lover's connection. And there seems to be you needing to learn how to go through an ending with grace. Even though you're this beautiful Queen of Inspiration, it would almost be that your partner is like, so sometimes people talk about twin flames, and that's not really my thing, but it's coming in today. They talk about twin flames as potentially very toxic connections, lots of karma that you have to work out from past lives and things like that. I just see that there needs to be communication to end something, and the 10 of Voices just affirms that. What's hidden from you? Let's see. 9 of Inspiration. This sense of autonomy. This is about struggle traditionally, the 9 of Inspiration, but I was watching San Tarot, one of my favorite readers, and she talked about this particular version from this deck, the Muse Tarot, as being so much about individual autonomy. But it is about the exhaustion after long struggle. I don't know. It's a clear enough message, but let's keep clarifying. Underlying energies here. There are only 2. There is a King of Water, the Muse of Emotions, King of Cups. It is an emotionally intelligent, mature person or energy that is a very good listener and not open about their feelings. They're not open because they are concerned with others, with their kingdom. And then there is a walking away from discontent. There's something that you're leaving. And this Muse of Emotions might be, it looks like that's who you're leaving. And that would be a water sign, specifically Scorpio, here. Oh, that's kind of sad. Let's clarify, though, and see what comes in upon clarification. Because, yeah, every Libra can't be leaving a Scorpio. I do know a Libra-Scorpio couple, but I don't know that they have to be parting ways. Maybe there's some other kind of ending here that we need to see. Because it could be an ending of behavior. It looks like there's some addictive behavior on the table here. And that maybe because this is hidden from you, that it may be that the person that this is about is... It's your partner, it's your lover, it's the one you chose. And when you get to a 9, maybe they're ready to get to the 10 where they put down the drink or they put down the unhealthy, toxic behavior. And maybe this ending signified by the world and this walking away isn't about walking away from each other. It's about walking away from the behavior. And I cannot help but see the drinking here, right? This is... strangely, maybe overly specifically, a story about alcoholism and walking away from alcoholism, signified here by the devil. And when you're in a relationship with a person that abuses drugs or alcohol, you're a part of the disease, and they will sometimes require you to participate, to enable, in order to keep them. So there is something here about what you need to learn to do is be willing, at least, to gracefully consider the end. And that can really help a person who struggles with addiction. Or if it's you who is working with the devil, like you're both, this is your relationship. It is, has the potential of the lovers with this person. They are your soulmate connection. But there is something really wrong here. It needs to change. Either you need to walk away from it, or they need to walk away from it, or you need to change the behavior. And so I see you two here together drinking. And so the drinking could be symbolic of some other unhealthy behavior, Libra. So let's see. Let's clarify. Who is this lover? Seems like you know who it is if you have a partner. A Queen of Pentacles. This is the security queen. So this is someone who needs a partner. She's wealthy, abundant. She knows her worth, but she also is, for me, your reader of all the queens, the most needy. We have a Knight of Swords. There's going to be some anger, some willingness to use the truth, kind of a little bit of a temper here. And balancing, or a lack of balance, the Two of Pentacles. So when I see the Two of Pentacles and I see this Queen, this Knight of Swords, and this is behavior, the duality of a person who... it's like a Jekyll and Hyde thing that this person has. They're sometimes this loving, nurturing Queen of Pentacles energy, and then they become the other, the Knight of Swords, who's angry and uses words in quite sharp ways. So the Lovers has that sort of Gemini of having two personalities quality to it. So they might not be your twin flame at all. You may think they are, but they are both the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. They have this dual nature. This comes up here. It reiterates the feeling here of the muse of emotions, where we have two people. So this person could be a Scorpio or a water sign, but we're getting some Gemini feeling. Lovers is a card of Gemini. We're getting these twins and these two egos that your person moves between. And this would explain why this is the nature of your relationship. It seems dual, full of fire and then coolness. Right? There's all this passion, and that can stay in your mind and occupy your mind. But underneath the surface, you're getting manipulated here. Yeah, and people that are addicts are very manipulative. And you're going to be, if you're in a relationship with an addict, you're manipulative too. Like you have a deal, and it's not healthy. That's not a healthy deal, Libra. So let's see. I hate getting readings like this, but this is a reading, so it may not be your story. You know, you may be blissfully alone or blissfully in love. Let's see. There is victory, 6 of rods, that recognition. This would be the fire that we see in the devil. This is part of what keeps you coming. And here's the other side of it. The lying, the stealing, the cheating. And the feeling of being trapped. So you have like this person, they're sometimes very loving and very dependent on you. And you might like this dependence, right? Maybe because you come in as the Queen of Wands here. You like attention. You like to be seen for how sexy you are. And they're good at that. But they're also good at getting you to rescue them and be their hero. And then they're angry and mean sometimes. And so the nature of your relationship is like, when it's good, it's like the card of victory. It's full of fire and wands and recognizing, oh, I love you, you're so amazing. And then on the other side, there's a 7 of swords, where there's this painful disempowerment and dishonesty. That's a quality of the devil. And then also, like the devil, the people that are chained very loosely, an 8 of swords, it's an illusion that you're trapped. And so you both feel in this cycle here, and that definitely is not a healthy relationship. So let's find out about you. What are you bringing? You're bringing all the sex appeal with this Queen of Inspiration. This is your gift, what you bring to this relationship. There's the King of Cauldrons. This is the same here that we see the Muse of Emotions. Okay. So he's got his cup, his heart that he keeps to himself. It looks like you're a very good listener. You are authentic, and the Sun, the happiest card in the tarot. You're this beautiful, authentic, evolved person. You're a phoenix who's capable of rising from the ashes. You may have some Leo in your chart, because the Queen of Inspiration and the Sun are both cards of Leo. You also might have some Scorpio in your chart with this King of Cauldrons. It doesn't have to be your sun sign, but it could be your moon, your rising. And you might consider checking out those readings as well. But anyway, our charts have a lot going on, and you should check out your birth chart. You can get that for free. Okay, and then there is your fire, your resistance, your integrity here. You're very protective. You're a good listener. You're, like I see in the Sun here, like you're very fun. You know, you're a very fun, sexy person who's good at listening, and you're protective. And that's what the Queen of Wands plays on, is your protectiveness, right? So not to totally make this person into a bad guy, but this 7 of Rods it's a quality that can get you pushing people away, But what comes in here is that, and had came in even before, is that you're very protective, and that this is a positive that you bring to your relationship with this person. Okay. What you need to learn how to do a 10 of Swords here. You need to accept something is over when it's over. You need to do that, learn to do that with grace and move on. When you get to 10, you're done. And there's no more thinking about it. And Libra, you're an air sign. This is your element, air, voices, swords. And I always think of Libras as aesthetically adept. So the 10 of Voices, I see there's something beautiful and graceful about you getting the command of this lesson of this relationship. So let's see. The Empress. Yes, your earthly nurturing power. And she doesn't need anybody, the Empress. She's good. She's abundant. She makes the world that, she's kind of like the Queen of Inspiration, who I also think of as very independent. But the Empress is self-sovereignty. And there's a great story that I read about in Sharon Blackie's book, If Women Rose Rooted. And she's going back and recovering Celtic legends. And in this case, it's a legend of King Arthur and the story of Gawain, who, out of love for King Arthur, marries this woman who is a hag, who's not physically attractive. And she's supposed to teach Arthur what women want, but she has to marry Gawain. That's what she asked for in return. And Gawain gives her this self-sovereignty just because he's just basically a good guy. He respects this woman, and ultimately, of course, he gets to have her beautiful, because that's how shallow stories can be. But self-sovereignty, that is the Empress. And check out that story, and I highly recommend that book as well. Okay. You need to learn the Knight of Rods. This is a person who is very passionate, can be a bit of a player, very quick, very, really, again, it's a sunny, fun Wands energy, and contentment. 9 of Cauldrons, in and of yourself. Although here we see a couple. He's overeating, so she's participating in that. I see that is... So what I see on the table is what you need to learn here is it's about enabling unhealthy behavior, or being enabled in unhealthy behavior. You need to understand that you are 100% responsible for the life you're living. I don't see you blaming this other person, but I think what you have been doing is you've been imagining that you're responsible for them. This Queen of Pentacles, for me, always brings up codependence. The Devil also brings up codependence. So you need to learn, in my opinion, but also with the Empress here, in the Tarot's opinion, self-sovereignty. You both have it. They are responsible for their happiness, and you are responsible for yours. So there is, coming from that, an exertion of will. The wand represents willpower, and the Knight of Wands needs to take action. And that's what this 8 of Wands is talking about, taking action. So from one perspective that I happen to hold dear to my heart, the problem isn't that you're weak-willed. You're the Queen of Inspiration, or the Queen of Wands, for Christ's sake. You're the Queen of the Law of Attraction. But that may keep you from releasing, from letting go, from surrendering the behavior that is unhealthy, where you two drink too much and eat too much together. So there needs to be a surrendering of will in one narrative, like a turning it over to a power greater than yourself or getting some help. It could be a therapist. But that needs to happen here. Or you could read this Knight of Rods as if you are not done using your will, you're going to keep doing that until you're done. And so that's what this is about, is learning how to do this, how to quit whatever it is you need to quit. Looks like codependence or addiction here on the table. You or your person or both of you. You need to take action that's healthy, that comes from your self-sovereignty, that is graceful. So let's see, what's hidden from you? This person, there's an exhaustion here from struggle. There's also wisdom from struggle. So if there's a need to hit bottom, you're very close with the 9 of Inspiration. If it's followed by the 10, that means put down the burden. Okay, you're almost there when you're in the 9. Let's see. There's the 10, the 10th, an Ace of Wands. It's an inspiration. It's very exciting. That's great. And I see the orange here of both images, her orange dress, this orange land with Stonehenge. There's that butterfly. Remember we saw the butterfly here? And in the winged devil figure there. I think also in her dress suggests a butterfly. Okay, so there's your 10th one. That means when you get that, you're done. Let's see. What else? 4 of Cauldrons. So 4 of Cauldrons it's a kind of worldview where you don't think that there's anything better than this. This is it, and you're just going to have to do this for the rest of your life. There's dissociation in this particular representation of it. They're both asleep. They've been drinking too much. She's drinking, he's fallen asleep drinking. Now, traditionally, you would see that the two people are so focused on what's empty, and that there's a new Ace of Cups right there for them, a new love. These are your emotions, the cups. But this tells me that you're, when you're in a 4, you got to go through a 5. It's grief. It's definitely a process of grieving, but you're stuck until you realize you can have so much more than a 4. 4 is a small number. You could have 10 cauldrons, and the 10 of cauldrons is wonderful. And here's strength. This is the card that beats the devil. This is you controlling your lower nature. You can see she has this caduceus. It represents healing. She, with her loving feminine qualities, controls the violence, the addiction. This is great if your relationship is fraught by the devil. And here we see the strength card. It looks like the Ace of Rods, you get that, and you move from this 9 into this 10. You wake up from the 4 of Cups, and you suddenly have the will, the strength. Another card of Leo here. So if you have Leo in you, or your person does, that is here along with Scorpio in multiple ways, as well as with Gemini. So underlying energy, just 3 cards, but we can see why this is hard, right? There needs to be a change. It needs to be a walking away from either the addiction, the overindulging together, so you can quit using food or drink or whatever it is that you're doing together and walk away from it, or you can quit each other. Those appear to be choices. There's a feeling of anxiety, of insomnia. This is your mind. This is air, your element, Libra, but this is very uncomfortable. You already are conscious of this. Remember that what you need to learn is the 10. So that's on your way to grace and to acceptance that it's over, whatever the relationship or the behavior is over. There's a lot of anxiety, and that's okay. It's clarity. You're getting that. And then from there, you act. Here's your 8 of Wands again, right? Your ascension suggested here that you rise from this. So there is action that you can take even though you're full of anxiety. And you already know this. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know, my friend. So this may or may not be your reading, Libra, but if this is your reading, the cards are very clear. And they're telling you that there is strength here. And it comes from being done. 10 of Wands. You got the 9, you're tired, you've been struggling, you've been learning, you're exerting your will like this Knight of Rods. But here comes the 10th rod, the 10th wand. And that means you can quit. You can wake up from this. I think the 4 of Cauldrons might be a card that I strongly just don't want to be in that state. I don't want to think that the world is small and I can't expect emotional fulfillment. Emotional fulfillment is here. This is a part of what you need to learn. There's a difference between overindulgence and fulfillment of all your emotions being fulfilled. You see yourself walking away, an 8 of Cups. That's the card that comes right before this wish fulfillment. So, yeah, it's a clear message, Libra. I hope you are helped by this. It looks like you're already full of anxiety. You know this. You are wonderful. Queen of Inspiration, King of Cups, the Sun, this awesome 7 of Rods. You're so attractive and so desirable, and you deserve to have a partner who is not a drunk, who's not mean to you like this Knight of Swords, who doesn't manipulate you and act dependent on you. Remember the Empress's lesson for us, self-sovereignty. You are sovereign of yourself and they are sovereign of themselves. We are each 100% responsible for our lives. And when you think about it that way, you don't have to worry about taking care of somebody else. You take care of you. And, when you do that, you might get to keep your person with you. But right now it looks pretty fraught and sick and full of codependence, dishonesty, and possibly addiction. So I wish you luck in this, Libra. And wow, happy birthday. Pluto is involved in our world. It is wanting the most for us and the best for us, but it is not an easy planet to be engaged with. It wants transformation in our best interest, and that's what we're going through right now. There's lots of fire, lots of wands, lots of Aries energy. We're in a period of a grand air trine. Communication should be fairly clear. It feels that way to me in this reading. So you've got a lot going for you. That's what the Strength card says. You don't know this, but you have it. You got the Ace of Rods. It says, I'm done. I'm done. I've hit bottom. Okay? All right. I'm going to quit ranting at you and cheering you on, but let me know. I hope this helps. Have a beautiful day.